My name is Carla, and I am not a makeup artist. I am not a model, and I am no longer 18 years old. I do love makeup. I enjoy entertaining people, and I love animals. If we have those things in common, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, and I will make sure that I keep you entertained. Today I thought that we would do a Super Bowl look. My husband and I, we don't really have one team that we're rooting for. We just want a good game. So I thought that I would do a Kansas City Chief eye look on this side. That would be a red and gold look, and a teal and black and silver look on this eye for the Philadelphia Eagles. Then when Kansas City scores, I can just cover this eye and cheer, and vice versa. So I thought that would be a fun idea. As you can see behind me, I have a bunch of palettes that I'm going to go through, and we're going to choose colors for each one of our teams, and then we're going to apply the eyeshadow. I thought I would share with you what I already have on my face today. The first thing, as usual, I have my Milani eyeshadow primer. Then I used my Pixie, the light peach corrector under my eyes. For a primer today, I wanted something a little sticky because my makeup needs to last for 12 to 14 hours. I used the e.l.f. Jelly Pop. It smells like watermelon, and I really like this primer. I also wanted a long-wearing foundation, but I didn't want to look matte. So I used my L'Oreal Infallible Glowy foundation. It says here that it's good for 24 hours. It's in the shade 202, which is Creamy Natural. I used one of my favorite concealers. You can see how much I've used of this. This is the Maybelline, and it's the Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I use this for blemishes, and I use it for my under eyes. It's a really good color for me. To set under my eyes, I used the Bye Bye Pores Translucent Powder. Try not to cover my face today. For a regular powder, I used number 7. And this is in the shade Light Medium. This is also a good shade for me, and it's nice smooth powder. For my bronzer, I use my Makeup by Mario Sculpting Bronzer. I love the cooler, slightly red tone of this bronzer. It matches my more cool tone skin really well. I wanted to go for one of those bright poppy pinks for a blush today, so I used the Flower Beauty. This is the Flower Pots blush, and this is in the shade Wild Rose. Nice cool tone pink that everybody is raving about right now. For highlighter, I used an iridescent About Face highlighter. This has a purpley pink blue shift to it, and I love these kinds of highlighters. I just used a lip gloss this morning instead of a full lip. This is Item Beauty. I don't know if you can see all of the sparkle in this. The more glitter, the better for me. For eyes, I used the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel. After that dried, I used the e.l.f. Eyebrow Liner. This is a more waxy consistency. It's in the shade Taupe. My e.l.f. Tinted Brow Mascara, also in Taupe. For my upper waterline and my lower waterline, I enjoy the Pat McGrath Perma Gel, and this is in black. My mascara today is a long-lasting mascara for me, and that's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Lastly, I used my new Rare Beauty 4-in-1 Setting Mist to help with the longevity and to just kind of meld everything together. Give me a couple of minutes now to get these eyeshadows organized between Chiefs and Eagles, and we'll start sorting through colors and put this on the eyes. So first of all, I wanted to try to nail down the Kansas City red, so I came up with a few contenders. First of all, my Essence Fire palette. This is more of an orangey red The Kansas City red is kind of that ketchup-y red. That's one option. The next option is in my Charlotte Tilbury palette. I'm trying not to blind y'all. This is a little bit more of a cool toned red, but it's really a pretty shade of red. So we got that one. Next is my Natasha Love palette. I really like this. This is a serious contender right here. This red, it's a cooler tone red. It's just a really pretty shade. The next contender is Natasha Sunset palette. This one is really close to the true Kansas City color right here. The last two options for the Kansas City red would be in the Huda Beauty Rose Remastered. Look at that pretty red right there. On camera it looks a little cool toned. And then we have a Mothership palette. This is the Bronze Seduction palette. This is a metallic shade, this red right here. I'm going to swatch these on my arm and then we'll make a red decision. Okay, so I put these swatches on my arm so that you could see them. So starting here, this one is Pat McGrath. I don't know why I can't say her name on film. The Bronze Seduction palette, and this is in Blitz Flame. The second one is Huda Rose Gold Remastered palette. This is in the shade Maneater. The third one is Natasha Denona the Sunset palette. The name of the shade is Panjin. The next one is Natasha Denona Love palette in the shade Heart. This one is Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled palette, the Love Glow section. They have them into 3 sections. The last here is the Essence Fire palette. And so I've been looking at these. I think we're going to combine the Natasha Denona Sunset with the Essence. I think that'll give us a really good red. So now let's look at our gold options. The first gold option is Desert Lights from Flower Beauty. This beautiful gold right here. The next option is from Pat McGrath, the Subversive. Nope, this is the wrong one. Pat McGrath, one of the palettes that came out over the holidays. There's several gold contenders here. The one I'm looking at is right there. The next option is in the Decadence palette. I think this is my favorite so far. This reminds me of the Chiefs right here. And the last one is from the Pat McGrath Sublime. And there's 2 golds here too. Don't know if you can see them really well. This one, and this is kind of a shifty shade. So I'm going to now swatch these and then we'll make a decision. Here are our contenders for gold. The first one is the Desert Lights Gold. The second one is the Pat McGrath, the small palette from the holiday collection. The third one is Pat McGrath Decadence. The shade is Gold Standard. And then we have Pat McGrath Sublime. There's 2 from that one. I think this embodies the Chiefs yellow. So that's what we're going to use for the left eye. Now let's go with our Eagles colors. Let's go with the teal first. Here we go. Here is our Eagles teal contenders. The first one is Pat McGrath Sublime palette, which is number 2, and this is an emerald shade. Next, we're going back to Pat McGrath Decadence palette, and this is more of a teal shade right here. Tarte released 2 palettes that came together in their holiday collection. These 2, and this is also a blue shade right here. Next is Lisa Eldridge, the Sorcery palette that was just recently released. These 2 colors right here. I didn't even think of this one. Let's swatch this one really quick for our Chief's Gold. I'd forgotten about that one. Nope, still this one. But she's still in for the possible Eagles. So I have my, I can't remember what this is called, the Retro Glam palette. You can see here we have several green colors that would be pretty transition colors for our Eagles green. This one I thought would be nice for inner corner. This is Pat McGrath Bridgerton, and it's a light blue. Anastasia Beverly Hills, there's a shade here. Peacock. Doesn't look that vibrant here in the pan, but it's beautiful on the eyes. Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I didn't really think I had this many teal shades, but look at these beautiful sparkly colors here. That would be nice. I have some single shadows from MAC that I put in one of their Z palettes. And this one right here is really close to Eagles Teal. The last palette is the Natasha Denona Pastel palette. And I was just looking at this for transition and again this for inner corner. So let me swatch some of these and then we'll make a decision. All right, I have our Eagles Teal swatched out. I have to look at my notes. The first one, actually the first two, are from the Tarte palette that just came out. This is Chrome, this is Soiree. This was my Pat McGrath, actually no, this is my Lisa Eldridge, really light. I thought it was going to be a little bit deeper. That might be a decent inner corner color from Lisa Eldridge. That's in Grotto. And then here is Swan Song. I cannot talk when I get on recording. We have ABH right here. This is Peacock. It's a little more duochrome. You don't think that'll work. Same here. This is Pat McGrath Sublime. And this is the Blitz Emerald. So the top contenders are here. This one is from the Pat McGrath Decadence palette. This one is called Lapis Luxury. So cute. And then we have Huda Beauty, the Mercury palette. And this one, oh, this one is a MAC. I didn't write it down because it's just not the right thing. But this is Huda Beauty Mercury. So it's between these two. So I'm going to keep both of these out. Last thing we need is a Eagles Silver. I'll be right back. I already kind of knew what I had in mind for the silver. So the first silver is a really dark gray with shimmer in it. I have it all the way to the left. It's called Black Metal. And this is from Subversive Pat McGrath. The second contender is another Pat McGrath. This one is in the shade Sterling. There it is right there. That's the second one from the left, Sterling. I think I'm going to try to incorporate both of these. So let me clean my arms off. I'll swatch what our colors are going to be on each side and then we'll get to creating a look. All right, these are our Chiefs colors. This is from Huda Mercury Retrograde, Essence Fire, Natasha Denona Sunset, and both of these are from Pat McGrath Motherships. So these are your Chiefs colors. Anything similar to these you can use if you want to do your own Super Bowl look. Eagles colors. Pat McGrath, all of these except for this one, which is Huda Beauty. So let me get my eye brushes now and we will start with the Chiefs look first. Okay, here we go, guys. I've never done this before, so please bear with me. What we're going to do with our Chiefs look first is start with a light transition shade in the crease right here. Just barely darker than my skin. Just buff all that out. I reapplied my Milani eyeshadow primer and I put some regular face powder on top of it. So this is just kind of setting down. I'm going to put this all over the lid as well. Just get an even application here. Now we're going to darken it up just a little bit. I'm going to use a kind of, I guess, mustardy shade from the Essence palette, and a little bit lower and right in the crease here. We're going to put it here on the outer V and blend, blend, blend. Blending is the key here. I'm also just going to put this all over the lid as a nice good base. Earlier today when I applied my makeup, I just threw some bronzer, blush, and highlighter on my lids because I didn't want to have to wash them off. Emily Noel taught me how to do that. I thought that was really cool. We're going to take a smaller brush now, and I'm going to dip into, first of all, the Essence red. There's a lot of kick up here, so I just want to kind of test the waters on this red and see how powdery it is. I hope I don't get off camera with you guys. I'm looking in the mirror at my vanity. I think the lighting is much more flattering than it has been the past few days. I'm still filming in front of my window. I have my vanity lights on and my fan, my ceiling fan light on back here behind me. You can see all the palettes I've gone through. I'm going to have to put all those up. That's not going to be fun. But this will be worth it, having this look for y'all for the Super Bowl. I'm going to run some of this red down here in the crease. So we've got some red going on here. The Essence is a little sheer. So let's see what Natasha can do for us. So I'm going into that red Natasha Denona shade. And we're not going to be shy here. We want to make it clearly evident that this is the chief's eye. So I'm really darkening up this corner and then going lower in the crease. We're going to put some more on, guys. Tapping off. Ah, now we're starting to really look chief-like. Isn't that pretty? A lot of people think red eyeshadow. That's not flattering. And it is a little bold, but it's nice. What do you think, guys? Should we go in for some more? Yeah, let's do it. Especially out here in this corner right here. Really making it intense out here. I'm going to run some more under here. All right, let's take our first brush with no additional product, and we're just going to blend. We don't want to take away the progress that we've made. We just want a nice line. Okay, Chief's red, looking pretty good. We're going to take the shimmer from the Natasha Denona palette. Watch this. Wow. Not the Natasha Denona. You guys, what's my hang up with saying Pat McGrath? What is my hang up? I don't understand why I get on camera and do that. This is Pat McGrath. Wow. Is that showing up? Yep. I could have used my Intensify stick or a glitter primer, but I don't think we need it for this particular look, do y'all? I don't think so. Now let's go back in with our smaller brush. Let's go back in with our smaller brush. I don't know how much of that y'all missed because apparently my battery is low. So we've got red and we've got gold. Now, the question is, do we do an intense black eye, you know, with the eyeliner, or do we do brown? Let's, for starters, take just an eyeshadow and go in with a brown and see what we're thinking. I don't know, it's having to compete pretty hard with this gold, isn't it? I don't know, guys. I think we're going to go in with a dark brown eyeliner on this side. What do you think? You think that's enough, or do you think we need some black? I think we should try some black. Let's go in with first of all, with a dark shimmer glitter and see if that does it. Wow. Okay. I think that's good. Something really exciting, Kaleidos has these multi-chrome eyeliners. I want to put this in my waterline. This is something you probably won't be able to see really well on camera. I'm going to put some underneath here too. It shifts from red to gold to green. Hey, let's just put some up here. Why not? This is the fun of makeup. You can just make it up as you go. Wow. Okay. So we're basically finished with the Chiefs side. Nice and bold. Now, let me get myself organized and we'll do the eagle side. We are back and now we're going to start our eagles look. We're going to go with a little more cool tone transition shade in the crease first of all. Obviously this eye has also been primed with my Milani. I'm also going to swipe some of this across the lid just to give us a nice even base to work with. I'm going to deepen up the crease with dark gray from the Huda Mercury Retrograde palette. This is in the shade Vortex. All right, we got a nice transition there. Something to work with. Now we're going to go kind of bold. We're going to pat on a black on our lid from a Pat McGrath Mothership. I could use a cream shadow and really deepen this up, but if you're using Pat McGrath shimmers, that's not really totally necessary. This doesn't have to be super even because I'm going over it with a glitter. Just something to make that really pop. not getting any fallout. That's cool. Work that up into the lower part of the crease. Hope I'm not completely flaking out and my face is not even on the screen. That wouldn't be good. We're going to take some more of this gray now. Start blending the black into the gray. All right, that's pretty good. In the outer corner here, I want to put this really dark, shimmery black on. I don't know if you can really see it. I'm going to build it up. It's really cool, guys. It has blues and teals in it. Next, we're going to go into the dark teal shade from the Pat McGrath palette, and we're going to put that next to it. Ooh, look at that poppin'. This is why I love makeup. We're looking really good over that black base. And again, I'm not using any kind of glitter glue, intensify stick, anything. Lastly, here on the inner portion that's not covered yet, we're going to go into this gorgeous color in the Mercury Retrograde palette. Pop that on the inner corner here. Ooh. So pretty, you guys, so pretty. Gonna go through and blend these colors together a little bit better, and then this really dark shimmer, gonna blend that a little bit better. Whew. That's gorgeous. So for the lower lash line, let's, for right now, just go with a neutral color. There's my brush. We'll go with that cool tone color that I started out with. Now I want to take a brush with this cooler neutral and blend up here some more. Hope you're able to see this. We're going to go into that deeper gray from the Huda palette again. Never enough blending. No such thing as too much blending. And a good eyeshadow will just let you blend and blend and blend away. We'll take that smaller brush, take that darker color, sweep it here. Next, Pat McGrath Perma Gel Eyeliner, right along the top lash line. Sorry I'm not talking too much, I'm concentrating so much on getting this look right that I've lost all my conversational quality. I have two options as far as multi-chrome eyeliners for the waterline. Oh, don't know if you can see those. They are, this one's more green, so I'm going to use this one. Again, these are from Kaleidos. I ordered, I think, 4 or 5 of these in all different shades. Look at that. Look at both of these. Can you see that multi-chrome? And then that multi-chrome. Let's put some more, and a little more never hurt anybody, right? I may take some of the Pat McGrath Bridgerton light blue and put it in the inner corner. I already darkened my eyebrow, put some more mascara over here, so let me do that over here, and then we'll do the finished look. All right, guys, here is your Kansas City Chiefs look. Here is your Philadelphia Eagles look. I look crazy. I love it. I took some of the Pat McGrath highlighter that I used in my inner corners, and I used that as a highlighter, put some more blush on, eyebrows, mascara. So this is a good Super Bowl look. I'm going to try to get it uploaded before the Super Bowl so you can take some inspo from your own collection, and we will see you tomorrow.